Okay guys, so here goes. Now I want you to bear with me. I do often record alone, but the boys just cannot help at this time. There's a lot of yard work to be done. It's amazing what could be a projectile. So I have to pick up, well, the boys are actually out there doing it for me. They're picking up just stuff around the yard, like I have little flags and, you know, the things for hummingbirds and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make sure that that doesn't become dangerous with our high winds. Okay, so my memory bag and my love bag, my in case things go terribly wrong bag, I packed. I'm going to go over some of those items with you and talk to you about why they're impactful to me. The first one here is going to be my picture, and by my picture I mean me. It's me in the picture. I am with my dog on my farm. Now, I grew up in upstate New York on a farm. The reason why I packed this picture is because it reminds me a lot of the country. And you know, I love nature. And I wanted to be surrounded by nature because it's something I remember from my childhood. And so I got this picture, you know, it's of me. And it's the only picture I'm bringing, which is strange. But I just wanted to make sure that I had contact with myself. Somebody who knows who I am and somebody who I do love. And it reminds me that, you know, there's struggles in life all the time, but we can rise up out of those. And if we surround ourselves with beauty, like this beautiful dog and this beautiful country landscape, you know, life is made bearable. And I know that sounds awful, but when you're having a really bad day, all you need life to be is bearable. And this picture sums that up for me. I feel very like I can accomplish anything with this picture. And so I just needed it with me. Okay. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Let's go with, so I went and I got a tissue. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't like sobbing on the video. So we are going to begin where we left off, and we left off after only one item. We left off with my little butterfly. Now this little butterfly, it is broken right here on the tip, but this little butterfly, actually, you guys would be shocked to know, is actually going to be in my bag for a memory of my husband. We did not get along very well, as you guys know, but he got me this, our 5th anniversary. We were together 11 years before he passed on. And the sad thing is I remember my husband and I were, you know, having hard times. And I was going to divorce him. I really was. And I had gotten everything prepared, and then he gotten ill. And I thought, I cannot abandon this man. He has hurt me, but in my heart, I had a place for him. And so I thought, I need to help this man, and I need to get him through this. It was clear he was going to die. He had a terminal illness, and I thought, I need to put away some petty things, and yeah, he did a lot of wrong to me, and perhaps I did some wrong to him, but I needed to put that to bed because I needed to take care of a man that I knew, you know, had a piece of my heart. He was the father of my children as well. So I picked this up, even though it reminds me of my husband because it was from my husband, but I had kept it for so long. I mean, it's been on my fridge for, I mean, it was there when I found it. So it's been on there through moves down to Florida. I've packed it up and actually put it on the fridge everywhere I've lived. And I thought, there has to be a reason. So I got thinking on that when I was just standing in front of the fridge. And I noticed it had broke, and I remembered one of the boys had broke it. It had fallen off the fridge. It wasn't on purpose or anything. And so I thought, you know what? That is a perfect rendition of my husband. It was a broken relationship. He hurt my heart. And I thought that was a good symbol, you know, because this was from my husband. And true, there's beauty in it, just like there's beauty in this butterfly. But there's also a brokenness to it, you know. And that, for me, was an emotion that I needed to remember. He is the father of my boys, and maybe I don't give him enough respect because of how he treated me. So I just wanted to bring him in my bag. Okay, so that one wasn't that difficult, right? We got through it. Let's try this one. This one's my Philippines. I did go on a trip to the Philippines with one of my friends. And I met my friend through work, of course. We worked at the hospital together. And it was at a time, the reason I saved this, it wasn't necessarily in memory of my friend, although I do love my friend dearly. It was more my friend's meaning to me. When I first heard that my son Cody was, you know, going to be out as a homosexual, I had always known growing up that he was probably a gay, but when he grew older, he started expressing it more, you know, being more attracted to males. And so I was having a hard time with that, and I confided in my friend, who was this lovely lady who went to the Philippines with me. She's from the Philippines. But anyway, she expressed how she thinks her daughter is a lesbian. And, you know, I've learned in the gay world that it's sometimes easier to know if your son is gay than if your daughter's a lesbian, because there's a lot of tomboys out there, and doesn't mean that they enjoy, you know, like scissoring. But there are some gay boys out there who are flamboyant, and you can't really describe that away. Like, there's not many straight flamboyant people. But maybe that's just my perspective. You can talk to Cody, because Cody knows more. That's part of coming to grips with my son's homosexuality. Now, I want to be clear that I don't have a problem with homosexuality. I never have. I was very proud of my son and happy that he was the person he was going to be. What my fear was, and I told this lady, and I'll tell you now, I haven't confided in anybody else, but what my fear was, what if he has a hard time? What if people abuse or treat him differently? And all the love that's in my son's heart, I could never imagine somebody treating him differently. And that always got to me. And I would ask my friend May, I would say, May, how do you know your daughter's going to be okay if she is a lesbian? What if people target her or discriminate against her? And May, she was there for me. She talked me through it. And this wasn't a one-day thing. I can't even express to you like what words she said to me. But I felt the love. And I knew that the love could conquer all the hate. And whatever my son faced, I could be there for him. And I was just... that strengthened our bond and friendship more than anybody. Or any other circumstance. The test of time is the only thing that can stand up to it. I've had friends for a longer period of time, and May knows how I love her, and I'll show you things, and I've shown you things from friends that I've had since beginning, like when I first came out of nursing school. And I think I met her at the end of nursing school. But my lifetime friend, you know how friends are, and everybody loves their friends, but this friend had been around for a very long time. And May, you know, was a friend that I had met later in life. And her impact on my life because of my son, you know, is why I'm keeping her in this love bag. Because as I said, I do love her. But it was the strength of her and I's relationship at a given time that made me bring this. And I brought this specifically with all those memories. I bought this specifically because, oddly enough, when I was in the Philippines, there was a big, like, tsunami when I was visiting. And, I actually had to come home. I don't know if I came home late or early, but it was, you know, it was a mess getting out of it, and I was scared. And, I felt so, like, first world problems, because I did remember I was scared that I would be stuck in a third world country. And from the videos I saw in preparing for my own hurricane that's going to come, the videos I saw of Harvey and the damage, it's not a far step. One disaster can plunge us into third world status. And I'm fully aware of that. And that's part of why I decided to pack this bag. Okay, so we're going to move on. I don't think I need a break. We're going to move on to a bell from Hawaii. I got this from my mother. So my mother was always she was a farm wife, and she always wanted to explore. But she could never get out there, and one of the places she always wanted to go, because her husband, he was in the Navy, he remembered being stationed in Hawaii. And she always wanted to get to Hawaii. And so one day, after saving, she made it. And I remember seeing pictures of how excited she was. And it was just like an achievement that you could tell she was so excited about. Like, she had worked for it and she achieved it. And for many, going to Hawaii is a big deal. And I understand that because, you know, it costs a lot of money. Some going to Hawaii it's part of our states. It's a place I go all the time. I go there every year. And obviously, Americans, plenty of them live there. I have never been to Hawaii, but I can feel it in this. And it's not because that's what the Hawaii, you know, board of travel. That's I'm not excited about this item because of that. I'm excited because it was a goal that my mother had, and when she achieved it, the amount of happiness on her face, you could read it in all her photographs. And it was beautiful. And I remember she had said, well, I'm going to pick you up something, honey. And she did. She picked me up this bell. And also ironic, and also I have all of her collection of bells here. She left that to me. And ironically, I'm only bringing this one. Hurricanes come up quickly and you don't have enough time to prepare, per se. And I can't pack up my whole house because I don't have anywhere to go. So I just need something that's portable. And part of the memory bag is bringing this. And I am going to lose, if things go wrong, some items in the house that have been passed down to me by my mother. And that's going to be very difficult, but I do have this one. And it reminds me of my mother and her happy time. So I needed this one. Oh. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the kids' stuff. Now, like I said, that's really good for wrapping. You would think that you don't want to ruin it, but trust me, it's really, you'll be happy you have it. Even if it's, you know, you used it to wrap glass or anything, like, it's okay, because you still have it. It's better than not having it. So the first one here is Cody, of course. This is him enjoying himself at a camp. He says, I miss you, Mom, but I am having fun. And it has yay and happy. I mean, I'm going to tell you this before, but the purpose of this picture, the reason I'm keeping it, is because I had sent my son to camp because he was kind of depressed, and it was the summertime, and I had to continue my schoolwork to become an RN. And so it would have been easier just to send him away to camp. So I said, honey, go to camp, and then, you know, we're just going to make it work. You can make it work. So he went, and he was very upset and angry that I was sending him there. But when he got there, shortly after, it wasn't even a week after I got this sent to me. And I was just so happy to see him happy. So this reminds me of my son Cody when he was happy. And sometimes he struggles with that because of his depression. So I wanted to be, you know, remind him as well as me that there's, you know, in despair there's also happiness sometimes. Not in despair, but while you're in despair, you can find the happy. This one here, it says, at home with my cat and family, I love my cat. So it's a picture of, it's by Colby, and it's a picture of the twins, Colby and his brother Cody, and me, apparently have a perm. His little kitty cat that he had at the time, which we don't even have cats now. We don't have any animals. My brother has an animal, a dog, you saw. But we don't have any animals. And besides Gwen, I guess. This is my husband, and this was our home, our trailer home, when we were, you know, all together. And he just, I don't know. What's funny is, it's like, you know when you're a kid, and you, like, write down you have, like, a project. I can tell this was a project, but what's important about this is, it's just a fun little drawing of my family. And I need this. It just makes me feel whole. You know? We can move on. This one here, I should have went back and forth. So I'll do back and forth between the boys. So this one here is from, this is Cody. This is from Cody. I love this one, not because it says love and because of the rainbow, but because of the dark cloud here. And I think what he's trying to say is that when you have sunshine, sometimes that's after the rain or after a storm. And I think that's very poignant for where we're at right now. It's sun shining right now, but today is a Thursday, and that's why I'm doing this video for a Friday. And the storm, this Irma, is supposed to hit, like early morning Sunday, all the way through to early morning Monday. So, this is clearly a calm before the storm. But even the storm, I feel like he's saying, it brings plenty of water, too much water, and too much wind. And storms are not good, but it's part of nature, you know, just as rain is part of nature. And yes, it's going to be devastating to folks, I'm sure, just as the hurricane in Texas was devastating. And what we need to focus on is love. It's a very poignant artwork by Cody, and I see it in so many layers. Now this one here is just for fun. No offense to my son, Colby. But he put, these are supposedly turkeys. And then he says, Happy Turkey, which is like Happy Thanksgiving, I suppose. Which is strange, you would think, why it would be on Christmas card paper. But it is. And, you know, that's okay. This is part of art that is just from the heart. Part of art that is from the heart. And, I would like to take my memories of my children with me and the heart that they put into their art. And I'm going to do that. Okay. So that was a little bit more easier than I thought it was going to be. I was actually thinking it was not going to be as easy. But things are going okay. You know, you gotta be prepared, but you gotta hope for the best. And that's what I'm doing this hurricane season. I've lived through many down here. So it's more of, that's what I'm doing to prepare for Irma, this actual hurricane that's coming our way. So I just want you guys to know that there may be plenty of people in need, and there currently is plenty of people in need, just by the hurricane damage from Harvey. I just want you guys to do what you can to bring light and love to those that are suffering. Okay? Light and love. Until next time, I may come at you from a different location, but I will hope to be there next week. I love you, and keep loving others. Bye. Hey y'all. Okay. So I got a little bit carried away with that last video, and I had shot it, and then I forgot to show you my bag, the actual bag that it was all about, and me packing it. So I feel a little bit better now. I just feel blessed, even though there's some bad things happening right now, and I do feel blessed. So I wanted to come back and maybe on a more positive note and tell you that, we're going to get through whatever it is, and it's going to be okay. And so I forgot that. I didn't show you the bag, and I thought it would be perfect. It would be perfect to show you the bag. So this is the bag. It's not very big. You're going to be walking around or even floating around. You don't know what's going to come, so you don't want a big bag. And it is has like a waterproof finish. And that's important because, you don't know if you're going to be conscious. You may be unconscious. You don't know. And so just take it. And I'm going to pack my things in it. So I'm going to first put the glass in there, and I am going to wrap it up with my kids' art. Okay. So I would just start right along here. And if you want, you want to make sure it's all the way around it. My picture of me, and then these 3 items. And it's just a happy memory to have things close to your heart, close to your heart. Thank you, and let's stay positive too, because that's important.